Okay, so working on a hitch crane mount. So if you've watched my other videos on my trailer, I've used this crane to lift logs, and this is the Harbor Freight one, and it has the not only that but that. So yeah, it's worked well on the trailer. I thought, well, it just sits in my garage. I could use it to lift things in the back of my truck when I'm not hooked up to my trailer. And it happens once in a while. I want to throw the generator in here or something else heavy. We had a washing machine that we were delivering a couple weeks ago, and that was back-breaking. So to change this. Okay, got that part welded. There's a big sag, but if you lift it up, it's past level. Now it's below level, and if you lift it up, it's above level. So with a jack here, I guess it's going to solve that. All right, so I can stand on it and it doesn't break, so that's good. I'll still weld a couple gussets here, just across right here, I think. All right, so this is kind of a difficult project to like mock up and put things in place and clamp them together because the parts are so heavy and it's just not happening. So I'm making some measurements. I'm keeping my fingers crossed, hoping I'm right here. So basically, of course, this will slide into the hitch like this. I got to make sure I don't screw this part up. This will be the part that's facing backwards from the truck. This will be the top. And so this top part will attach here. This is a Harbor Freight hitch extender, and I forget how long it's supposed to be. It doesn't say. But that's about 9 inches right there. So maybe 9 or 10 inches. So I just ground this off. We've squared this up with the speed square, and everything's going to go out of square even though I'm going to weld all this together and it's all square, it's going to be out of square because it's going to twist and it's going to bend, and I just have to make it strong. So and I'll have to gusset it later in places that I think are going to be weaker failure points. Okay, so let's go ahead and get this welded up. Okay, this is one good solid pass, and I'm pretty happy. All right, let's just put it in place here. This other end's going to be super hot, so I'll probably still grab it and burn myself, but because that's just how I roll. Let's back up a little bit here. Drop this in place and see what it looks like. Okay, so the goal for me, this is made to mount in a truck like right there, so that should be about your base plate. Of course, I put this on for the trailer over there so I could lift logs into the trailer. If you've watched my other trailer videos, my trailer build videos or my logging videos, you know about that. So it does lean out a little bit. It's not exactly straight. Oh, I'm okay with that. Actually, that's even better that it's leaning out this way because the stress is going to be this way. And well, it's already leaning some that direction. It could be the bend right here in this. Let's just reverse that and see what it does. let's see. Yeah, that thing is a little bent. And that's okay. Now it's leaning this way, it's leaning out. So when I stress it that direction and that direction, lifting a load, and then swinging it that direction, it'll be, it won't be leaning that way already. Okay, now the jack is going to get welded on right here, I think. And I'm going to go ahead and keep that pin drop, so I can drop a pin in the jack and then slide it off, take the jack off and put it back on. And let's just put the boom on and see what it looks like. It's right in the sun, isn't it? Oh yeah. Okay, a little bit of a hassle to get that up there just because I had to get the step stool, but in the future I could just set it here, climb on the tailgate, and then lift it up there and set it up there. Okay, let's lower this a little bit here. All right, so let's just say I had something on here. I didn't have this jacked up, but I just used this hand crank to lift up, let's say, a 200-pound generator, or 300, 400-pound axle, or whatever. Then I could swing it around, and it doesn't even hit the camper shell door. That's great. I'm really excited about that. Now the question is this enough height to lift the generator? The generator is going to be like this tall, and then I'm going to have a if I use a strap, there's going to be give in the strap as I raise the strap as it stretches and tightens. So what I might have to do is fabricate a bracket for the top of the generator frame that I can hook that hook directly to. Okay, so the weld's pretty good. It doesn't look like it's sticking up too high up this direction, and I'm happy with that. This is not holding 8,000-pound tractor like I'm putting on the trailer, 8,000 pounds of stuff on the trailer. Okay, let's put the jack on. Okay, now we're going to jack this up until it starts lifting the truck. So it should just lift this right here. Right about there. I'm trying to get some close-ups just so you can kind of see how the connections work, not it just in use. Okay, so my worry is I can reinforce the heck out of this thing and gusset it so it doesn't twist or doesn't bend at all, but then it's going to be so heavy that I'm not going to want to put it in. I'm not going to want to use it. So I've got to figure out a compromise between making it good enough to lift, 400 or 500 pounds versus making this thing so heavy that I might as well just lift. If I'm lifting 3 heavy pieces, I might as well just lift, whatever in the back of my truck, or go through some other, instead of putting all these pieces together. Now, of course, the advantage is, let's say I load something here at the house with this, I can pop the jack off, I can secure that or take it off, leave that on with the cross pin right there. That'll be with the locked pin. Okay, just made a few gussets. Some wider ones, some narrow ones. Just use the bandsaw to cut these. Okay. I thought I'd burn it in on the insides too, but I think that's just overkill. It's just going to waste wire. Of course, welding's fun, but... So these ones I had to be careful because On this side, flip this over. No, my mark's gone. I had marked when I had this inside the hitch receiver. I had marked the outside edge of the receiver, and oh, there it is right there. That's that. I don't know if you can see it. That's a little kind of a little gold mark right there. So I wanted to make sure that's the edge of my receiver, that these gussets came up short of that. Okay, so that's what that looks like. A couple of gussets there. It does slope down like this, but once I put the jack on, that takes care of it. We got a couple gussets there, a couple gussets on the bottom as well. Okay. Go ahead and jack this up until it's at least level. Okay. Don't really need to jack the truck up. Okay. Heaviest part. Okay. Okay. So that's good so far. Now as I swing it in, I'm going to need to lower it, and that handle may be in the way of the door there. Okay, so it's leaning a little bit. It doesn't seem to be flexing a whole lot. That was my big worry. How much would it flex with just a couple hundred pounds? Of course, it's going to flex more with heavier weight. Okay, pretty good. So you can see this, for this hook on this Harbor Freight crane, that 3/4 inch hole has a tiny bit of space there, but not much. So that 3/4 inch hole is about right. Seems to do a good job. Something I didn't notice before until just now was I don't see this thing spinning right here when I'm cranking a load on it. It just seems to kind of slide through there. So I don't know how much drag that's causing, how much easier it would lift if that was spinning better.